Do you want to do the music live ID or do you just want to? Yeah, we can do that.
Turn the phone off.
I know we had all kinds of people. Your phone ringing and then Rick's phone was going off. My phone's dead, so ain't no problem
Yeah,
there.
that's really easy.
Yeah.
We're streaming live too, like you said.
Cool.
Just put your headsets on and get right up to the your wind screen there.
This time it's free.
You know, right. Greg, this is the live stream here,
Okay.
and so you could watch it, or you could. The blue is the camera right there. It's a tiny camera, but it streams.
Goodloe, right? Great,
Yeah.
Goodloe.
Great, good.
Gregory.
Gregory Goodloe. Alrighty, y'all. We are back here live for a special edition of Music Live featuring the one and only Mr. Greg Goodloe. How you doing, Greg? Say hello to everyone out there.
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm doing fine.
So happy to have you here. And again, to my left, we got the man himself, Mr. Henry Archuleta. Henry, you ready to do this thing?
Oh, we're ready to do it,
We are
Greg.
ready.
Yeah, we were waiting for you, Greg. We were over there on the street waving you down, and you just kept going around the other way. No, we know that you were running a little late, but we're happy to have you here in the studio. And just like you know, the other group that was here, that was the Jamaica band. We're gonna go ahead and grill you a little bit about how you got started and
Cool.
what brought you into the music business. And you know, you do have a flavor, and everybody tells you this, George Benson, and we can tell just by the way you play that you have the George Benson sound. So let's go ahead and talk about when you first got started, all the way up to now. I mean, just you can give a brief or you can give a long talk about it.
Okay.
It's up to you, man. It's
Sounds
everybody's
great,
listening.
Yeah, I started off when I was quite young, wanting to be a musician. Playing the guitar across my knee before I can even pick it up. And I continued playing, and I had a desire to play. So back in the day, you used to could get those comic books, which if you can sell enough items in there, like seeds or cards, that there's a gift in there. So I sold enough seeds to get a guitar. So I got a guitar, and it was a plastic guitar, but to me it was, you know, it was
It's a
good.
guitar, huh?
Yeah. So my the bad experience about it is it's kind of a good and bad. It's one day I forgot to put it. I used to keep it up under the bed, and one day I forgot to put it up under the bed. My mom's like, "Boy, did you say your prayers before you got to bed?"
Oh,
I said,
man.
"No, Mom." So I just jumped down and on my knees and crushed the whole guitar.
Oh,
Yeah. So she ended up buying me another one for Christmas, and you know, I've been playing ever since. I started at Hill Junior High School. I'll go before that. I was at Ellis. No, I'll go before that. I was at Hallett, and I used to play the drums at Hallett Elementary in Denver, and then I went to the guitar later on when I went to Hill Junior High School. Tried out for the jazz band there. And it's funny because it was Mr. Willie Hill who was the music instructor there. He wanted to give everybody a chance to play, so I auditioned playing Skin Tight.
Oh, I remember Skin Tight. That was one of the favorites of a lot of the groups in town. Skin Tight was just, everybody loved to dance to that music.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you knew how to play it at that
The
time.
Ohio players. I knew how to play everything but jazz.
And now you're playing jazz.
Now I'm playing jazz, and you know it's a wonderful thing. And I've played here locally, all over the place. Did the Winter Park Jazz Festival.
Let's touch on that Winter Park Jazz Festival. I did see a lot of the photos up there. Now George Benson was there.
Oh my man.
Now he's your man. Yeah, you took pictures with him. Now
Yeah.
you watched him with his licks and his stuff up there, and you think to yourself, you've got it going on. It's his delivery too. Remember, he can play that guitar really sweet. He puts out the melodic sounds,
Right, yeah.
but on top of it, it's his delivery. You see how he delivers his music. He
Yeah,
just looks at the crowd and just
Yeah,
he can.
he's great entertainer. When I was coming up, the guitar players that I really listened to, there was like three of the great guys. Wes Montgomery, of course, Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix was an influence
And,
on a lot of people.
Yeah, and then so George Benson. So when I first heard George, I listened to Wes Montgomery when I was little because my family used to always play his records. But I never knew the impact of what he was really doing. And then till I heard George Benson. When I heard George Benson, I thought I could play the guitar, and they put on a song called Breezing and asked me could I play it, and I literally started crying.
I know why to
I was
play.
like, how can I play this song? So it took me a while to learn how to play. And so I met George Benson last year, actually, in California.
Oh, sweet, you were out there.
I was out at California at the NAMM show, and he and I started chopping it up, with Ray Parker Jr. and a few other guys. And I actually got to play for George.
Mm.
And
Wow, what a treat.
I played for him, and he told me, he said, man, you sound just like you remind me of Wes Montgomery.
Wow.
And all the time I'm like, no, I'm supposed to sound like you. He's like, you sound like Wes. And then when I seen him again at Winter Park, he had his Wes story again.
Oh, sitting
He's always, every time he sees me, out comes Wes Montgomery. I'm like,
do you play
George.
any Wes Montgomery music?
Oh, yeah, I play Bumping on the Sunset, Day in the
Awesome.
Life, a few of his other cuts from off the Day in the Life album.
I see you a lot at the Cash Bar. You're doing like some of the earlier shows. There's a lot of people who go to see you. Everybody says you're going to go see Greg Goodloe or you're going to go to Cleats. I mean, you play Cleats too. I hear a lot of people saying, are you going to go see Greg Goodloe? It's not, and the band, it's just, are you going to go see Greg Goodloe? So you do a lot of entertaining at the Cash Bar. Let us know about some of these things.
It's a humbling experience to even know that people want to come out to see me.
And it's Greg Goodloe. They're talking about Greg Goodloe and
It's
Goodyear band. It's like they want to hear Greg Goodloe. What is it that you do up front? And I know you step out to the crowd and you just whoa them with the way you're playing, and they really love you. So kind of give us an idea. What are you feeling inside, Greg?
When I go out to play, my main thing is to be able to touch the audience. If I can play, I learned it's not how fast you play, and it's not how many notes you can play, but you can play one note that can touch somebody in a way that can make them forget about the bad things of their day.
It's the clarity and the delivery, right?
Clarity
and then your smile. You're giving them the smile, and then you're showing them, hey, baby, listen to this. Hey, dad, listen to this. And they're just like, yeah. Then it makes them start screaming. I hear a lot of the screams inside Cleats. It's like,
we have
Greg, you're over there just,
And we, one of the things that I learned how to do, actually, I used to play in nursing homes.
Oh, yeah.
And in the nursing homes, a lot of people are sitting in wheelchairs. So I learned how to walk around and play at the nursing homes. So now when I play out, I kind of walk around and touch the audience and kind of personally give them a serenade.
We've got some of your music up there. Would you like to pick one of your songs? We want to let our audience know. This is a shout out to Chicago, Illinois, and the Bronx and New York. They've been listening to the Greg Goodloe music, so we want to play some music for you. This is also going out to, I think if I remember correctly, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, cool, man.
So
let's do In a Lonely Place.
In a Lonely Place, dedicated by Greg Goodloe. It goes out to everybody I just did a shout out to.
Yep, he's got that George Benson twang to it. You could hear it.
We are live here on our UHS stream, KUHS TV worldwide. We're on, if you want to say hi to everybody?
We got
We're
the
on
great
screen.
Greg Goodloe with us.
And I'm hanging out with
Sitting
the
in.
great Lenny and Henry Archuleta. I'm having a ball, man. I'm kind of enjoying myself, and I'd like to give a shout out to all the listeners and all the musicians here in Colorado. Give a shout out to JT Trujillo, who just recently passed.
Yeah.
That's a big
Fantastic
one. I
bass
seen you there, and that was I didn't get to say hi to you. I was so pressed for time, but I made time to go to that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. A lot of people went out because he touched a lot of lives.
Let's talk about that when we come back from this. Right now we're streaming worldwide actually on KUHS TV, and so if you look that way toward the camera, Gregory, you're at the blue sign right there, and you can say hi to everybody. We're streaming live, so then we're gonna go back simulcast to the radio after your beautiful song.
And everybody wave to our paparazzi in there.
Mhm.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, paparazzi. Peace.
So we're gonna go to a commercial break right now on Ustream Broadcaster, so we'll be back after this message. So, what do
Pretty
you
cool with the
think?
commercials.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It goes to commercial break.
You want water, Greg?
No, I'm fine. So how did everything go today?
Oh, really good. Really good. They were running a little late. They kind of got lost too.
Oh, did they?
But everything kind of fell into place.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they had just left, and we were just walking. I said, I wonder if you found it, because we were kind of a little pressed too. So we kind of had a break. We needed a little break.
Yeah, we need a little break. We need
Yeah,
to
I'm
eat
playing
some.
with one of the members, Dave. With Dave Lucero.
Yeah.
I'm playing with him tonight.
Oh, right. We're chasing the dream.
Chasing
We're
the dream.
chasing.
That's what we were talking about. We were talking about. I asked him one of these questions that.
Oh, that's why he didn't answer his phone when I was calling.
Yes, right.
So his phone rang. That was me.
Everybody's turning.
Yeah, I know everyone's.
Mhm.
Oh,
Are we going forward on time or backwards?
backwards.
Okay.
So Gerald Austin.
Okay, we're back from our commercial break, so we're going to still keep doing it live here. Now, I hope our stream is reaching a lot of people. We got DJ Jess in the house. I mean, he's been running this thing. He's been driving real well, because I can't drive. They're going to take away my driver's license here next from all this high-tech equipment. So if you want to do any call-ins, you can, and you can talk to Greg Goodloe at 720-386-0513, and you can call into our studio line here if you're watching this stream, and ask him any question you want. If you don't want to, just stay tuned, because we're simulcast on www.kuhsdenver.com, and we're also brought to you by UHS World Communications. Time for another commercial break.
So you go by Jesse?
Jesse, yes.
Jesse.
He's always
Where'd I
Lenny.
get Lenny from?
That's my son.
That's
Lenny.
his- Lenny's over there.
Okay, well, I gave him a shout.
It's okay, because he's got a show here too on the channel. He's got a sports show. So if you're listening on the radio or on the stream, you're listening to Greg Goodloe in a Lonely Place off his new album. Check it out. And then you're gonna be at Jazz and Jacks, right? November 23rd.
November 23rd, they're going to do Up Close and Personal.
We got that on our website, so kuhsdenver.com. Check it out for more information on that. That's gonna be a good show, up close and personal
Up Close and
at Jazz and
Personal.
Jacks.
Just kind of personal like this, but I'll actually get to play.
I mean, even in your pictures, you can see the George Benson kind of look. You see it like a Bobby Womack, the poet, you know.
Bobby Womack,
Yeah, you can
that's-
see him holding his
Bobby
guitar.
Womack,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great honor to be held in such esteem like a lot of the great musicians.
And see, Greg, and we have you on the Breakout page. We have you on the Breakout page of KUHSdenver.com. In the Breakout page, you're going to start seeing a lot of people are clicking on that, and we can see it. You may not be able to see it, but we can see it. When we feature artists on our Breakout page, or you're also on our front page, that says a lot. With this medium that we have, we didn't think it'd take off like it did, but it is taking off.
It did.
It is
Yes,
just
this is
off the
gonna go
chain.
far. We're going worldwide.
Yeah, this is a blessing for a lot of the musicians here in Colorado, because there was a lot of great musicians, just like we were talking about JT, and the musicians that make it, that are great, but they don't make it to the big national spotlight. And this is like an avenue to show them that they are greater than, you know, some of the things that they think that they are.
Yeah.
You know,
Some of
because
these
you
musicians,
kind
yeah,
of,
they've been playing for years. They
playing
deserve
for
this.
years and you're not getting any recognition. And,
Yeah, y'all
you
deserve
know,
this.
this
We're
is
going to go back to our simulcast now. We're going to still be streaming via www.kuhsdenver.com, but we're going to put on our radio hats and get busy with the radio now and do the simulcast.
Make sure you get the TuneIn app. If you don't have it, take us everywhere on your phone. I didn't mean to run you over.
Yeah, I play a little Earth, Wind, and Fire lick in there somewhere.
Alrighty, that was Greg Goodloe and his song "In a Lonely Place" off of his album. We got the man himself, Mr. Greg Goodloe, right here with us. Thank you so much for listening. We got Henry Archuleta in here. We're having a good time doing this interview. So I'm gonna leave it to Henry again.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun with you, Greg. One thing we were talking about while we were off the radio stream, but we were on the TV stream. One thing we're going to talk to you about is JT, Mr. Jimmy Trujillo. You probably, because I've been in this business 40 years, me and him go back since he was 15.
Wow.
And I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we go back since he was 15 years old. Got him his first job in a band named Luna. He was a guitar player.
Okay.
And so him and Rick had the band going. He was the guitar player, the leader of the group. And there was kind of friction there because there's two guitar players. One's the rhythm, one's the lead. But Jimmy always had an interest in the bass. And we had the bass player here doing a tribute. Last week we had the bass players in. All the original band except that was little Tony T couldn't make it because of scheduling conflicts, so we couldn't get him on. And we talked about Mr. Trujillo and how he started and how he flipped. And Rick says maybe if I never threw him out of the band or made him go a different way, he would have never had this opportunity to, be humbling to so many people. When we were in that church,
Yeah.
there was some energy in that church. I
It
mean,
was packed.
and everybody knew,
Yeah.
the impact that Jimmy made.
Yeah, there was every race of people in there, from Hispanic, Latino to Black, white, and Native American. I mean, he touched so many lives. Jimmy's an excellent musician, man.
And I still talk to Jimmy. He used to come around here. He used to need computer repair and stuff like that, and he'd still come around. And so, it was kind of a situation here where it was like, where with Jimmy, if you knew him and you played with him, he was such an excellent musician. And he played with, the likes of blues players, the likes of, Mexican music. I mean, he could switch over and also do jazz. The man was so incredibly good at what he did. And it was interesting. So, did you ever play with Jimmy?
Actually, I wanted to play with Jimmy the last time. He was doing something, a tribute to Grover Washington, Kuvo. So immediately I called him up and I asked him, hey man, do you have the whole band? Can I sit in and play the guitar? And he told me that he had the musicians already set that he, look out for me next time that he does something. Before we could get that going, he went.
He just went and, why did he do that? What the heck's wrong with him? He was coming around here and he told me the problem that he did have. And I probably won't share that with you, but it was at a gig and he started having this issue with himself. And he says, man, it almost happened there, but I got to the hospital in time. And he kind of got it somewhat corrected. But then after, I guess, once you have that issue, anything can go wrong. It could happen to any of us.
Yeah.
And with this, that's why I say we want to get you in here. We want to get all the musicians in here. We want to share everybody's background. We want to share how you got started. We want to share and make history with what we're doing here on KUHS Radio TV in Denver, Colorado. And Greg, we wanted to have you here because you would not believe, like I said, once we play your music, how many emails we get, texts. My texts go crazy sometimes. Is Greg Goodloe really going to be there? Just to let you know. So
that's quite humbling.
Yeah, it is. And you even said it to yourself, it's nice that we have this medium in which to direct what we're doing the right way, going independent and getting your music out to everybody a different way.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, like I said, for a lot of musicians. Uh, like I've even had the opportunity to meet several celebrities. I'm real good friends with Norman Brown, smooth jazz guitar player. In fact, when he was here, he played the Soiled Dove and gave me a shout out from the stage.
Mhm. Well, here's the thing, Greg, and this is what's interesting about you. You're such a humble person. You probably aren't realizing that you've got that same, aura about you. You are a great, and you're going to start seeing that. You are like now. You say Norman Brown. Well, how do you know it ain't the other way around? See, it's like you've got to start looking at it that way, and that's why we brought you in here. We go sit down with Larry Dunn. That's how far I go back. There was some bands that were really big back in the day, and that was Freddie Henchy. We got to sit down with, Freddie's still up there jamming. Henchy's passed away, but the bass player was here, and it's Rocky Dorothy. He talked a lot about how Freddie Henchy got started, how his wind got started, and he looks at it like nobody. I go, Rocky, you're a superstar. You just don't realize it. You sit here with us, and so you've got to start putting yourself out there. Even though you're a local individual, you walk the streets, nobody recognizes you. But in time, you just don't know who's going to be the breakout artist in this town.
Never know, and like you said, Larry Dunn was here. I knew he was here. I never met him till I went to California. When I went to California, he had on his name tag, it's Lawrence Dunn.
Yes, he actually has a whole different name. It's not even Dunn. He's got a last name. He said to me, just say my name, Larry Dunn. Come on, that's my stage name. Because I want to spell it out. I want to say it's Lawrence, and I want to keep going. Don't you dare.
I came to him, I seen that name tag. I said, Lawrence. I said, man, you look like Larry Dunn. I said, man, that's who I am. I said, I thought that was you. And we started talking, and I knew a few of his family members. So from then, we communicated a lot.
And he's a wonderful individual.
He came here last week and did an interview with you guys, which I watched over like a couple times, because he gives a lot of nuggets of knowledge.
That's exactly right, and that's what we wanted to feed off of.
And you know what? There was a lot of before and after the interview where he did give a lot of words of encouragement and words of wisdom, and that's how good of a man and how humble he really is too.
And Jesse got right close to him, and he says, it's why you don't remember. He looks at Jesse. You don't remember cassette tapes. Jesse just cracked up laughing. He said, I probably do, but I don't.
I have some.
I still crank them out because Jesse plays the old school shows. In the old school shows, you look at Jesse and everybody thinks they walk in here, okay, where's the old guy in the back? Yeah. No, Jesse has the good stuff to play.
I may be young, but I know my old school.
Get down with the old school.
Okay, we want you to select a different song that we want to play for our audience out there. This is going to go out to Atlanta, Georgia one more time, San Antonio, Texas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque. It's also going to go to Corona, California, Phoenix, Arizona. Wow. Shout out to the family, the Archuleta family. I hope you're having a good time at the wedding. You guys are making me upset. I'm not there, but here's a shout out to you from Greg Goodloe. What song is this, Greg?
Let's do Let's Love. No, let's do In a Moment.
In a Moment.
I'm feeling that.
All right, we're feeling In the Moment. Here he is, Mr. Greg Goodloe, right here on KUHS.
We're still streaming live here on KUHS Radio and TV. This is the streaming part of TV. Jesse, what do you think? Greg Goodloe has been giving us an absolute heartfelt moment for us. So at this time, we'd like to continue on with our stream and go from there.
Absolutely. We got the great Greg Goodloe here. He's a great. We appreciate you being in here, my man.
Being called one of the greats, man.
You are, If you haven't made an impact on the music community here in Colorado, you would not be here. You obviously had. So
we plan to do exactly like this radio station, go nationwide,
worldwide. Yes, absolutely.
And that's the goal for me, and that's the blessing that I know that it's getting ready to happen.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about it. I got a chance to meet a lot of people that are in the industry, that are famous, and then every time I talk to somebody, about who I met. They're like, man, you're already there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I?
Exactly.
Punishable crime.
That's how. Yep. I mean, my mama. I've taken her to meet all kinds of people. I'm like,
Don't show off, son. Yep, but it's true.
That's good.
no, Larry Cunningham from the Floaters.
Okay.
They were in town. We got in good with them. Tower of Power. They call me every time they're in town.
That's
and
cool. I got to see those guys last year at the NAMM show, but I didn't get a chance to meet them.
Mhm.
That's
They're
an honor.
very that was an honor right there. First time I met them, they were here at the Ogden with War,
Okay.
and I got to meet both of them, Tower of Power and War, and so I got in good with Tower of Power's manager, and every time they're in town, they give me a call.
I wish you would have hung out with me this last summer because I work with the Colorado Black Arts Festival, and I'm the stage manager and the music director.
Is that the one they have at City Park?
Yeah.
Was that the one where they brought
Yeah, I brought
Howard Hewitt?
I'm actually the guy that decided to bring him. There was several artists.
Man, I wanted to go to
Why
that
should've
so
called me?
bad, man. I know now. I
You
know.
could have came over to my house and sat in the basement with us. and chopped it
Absolutely,
up.
man. Absolutely. Because Howard Hewitt, he's one of my favorites.
Oh.
All-time favorite. I mean, from Shalimar to
Oh,
today,
yeah,
you know?
man. He's a good,
And he still sounds
down-to-earth
great,
guy.
too. to
really
this
good
day,
guy.
man.
I'm glad I got an opportunity to meet him and to play with him, and just to chop it up with him.
Absolutely.
Also, we had Surface come in,
I saw, yep,
and
yep.
we did the music. I was the music director for Surface, and I'll be the music director for Surface for this upcoming event, the 100 Men That Cook.
Where's that
Preparing
gonna be
for
at?
that. That's gonna be at the, I think it's the Crown Plaza on Chambers.
Out there by the
Yeah,
hotel, yeah.
hotel, yeah.
Well, right now you're listening to Greg Goodloe talk about who he's met, what he's doing, musical directors for bands, and just all that good stuff. So we hope you're enjoying it.
What do you think, Jesse? I mean, we're sitting here with Greg Goodloe. He's talking about Norman Brown, and we are having more fun with Greg Goodloe. I mean, we love Norman Brown. He's been around a long time, but now we have a new star in
Now,
town.
yeah, well, now we got some new
Shout out.
chills running down our back.
That's
because
right,
of
I
Greg,
do.
right?
I just told him how Howard Hewitt, with the Colorado Black Arts Festival, I was the music director and brought Howard Hewitt here.
And I
And
remember
if he would
that.
have called me earlier, he could have.
See,
Come
that's
on
what I'm
down.
saying. I was telling him, Howard Hughes is one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
bring
you know?
anybody you want in here. It's like we're open to everybody. And I did
Absolutely.
see that on Facebook where you were the musical director.
Yeah, I got a chance to play some funk R&B style guitar, man.
Let's do some of that. Let's do some discussion on that right after we get off this stream, and we'll do it simulcast on the radio. Okay, so we'll be coming down on that in about 50 seconds. So,
And if
Jesse?
you're listening to the radio, you're listening to In the Moment by Greg Goodloe.
in the moment by
We
Greg.
are all in the moment right now, living it up right here.
And the nice thing about being on simulcast radio TV, you can actually see our actions and what we're doing and having.
We
a
gotta
good time.
watch out.
How
though.
much
we
you
gotta
guys
watch
gotta
out what
pick
we're
your nose
doing.
and
Though.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. We're a whole different act. We're laid back here, but let's get back up on the radio stream and talk some more to Greg Goodloe.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Alrighty, that was In the Moment by Greg Goodloe. What a great song that was, Greg.
Is a artist supposed to like his own music?
Oh,
Because I
absolutely.
kind of like that song.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's really kind of
God is in the moment.
Just got a text from Arizona, and boy, did I mess up. We got to do a congratulations to the bride and groom.
Oh, they're
in
married.
Arizona.
Congratulations
They
out
just,
there.
married right now, and so boy, that just shot chills up my back. My family says, "What the heck's wrong
Enemies in
with you?"
trouble.
We're listening to you. So shout out to Arizona for the big family wedding. Congratulations. Maybe you want to say congratulations, Greg?
Congratulations, and I wish that you have many blessings and togetherness, and your love continues to be inflamed.
Absolutely.
Whoa, boy, did I almost mess up there. Jesus Christ. Okay, Greg, we were talking on the stream, the video stream, but now we want to talk on the radio stream simulcast. Let's talk about what you were saying earlier. Let's kind of give a briefing on that one.
Now, some of you may or may not have attended the event, but it was at City Park. And who were you the musical director for again?
I helped along the music director for Shalimar's own Howard Hewitt,
Howard Hewitt.
and then the complete music director behind Surface.
And that's some quality musicians there. That
I was
really
able to use Colorado musicians it's always been one of my goals because we have so much talent here in Colorado that we can also play nationally.
And this is the thing, Greg. This is the outlet that I'm saying that, you may be sitting here with us, but if you do a breakout, you go travel. Let's say in New York City, we want to have that Greg Goodloe come and play out here. When you go out there, you're the headliner.
Yeah.
One person that's coming in next week, Sue
Okay.
Charles is going to be here. You see how she's doing breakouts. She's over at the Sirius the studios doing some jams. She's in Philly doing some CD signings and jams. She's doing some serious breakout. But it's taken a lot of work. So, Greg, are you the next one? Do you think you're going to be breaking out? Now, when you go out there, you're going to be a headliner, dude. And
I'm ready to break out.
now, will you still
jumping
come
at the bit right now?
Will you come and still talk to us? Or you say,
No,
I ain't
of
talking to you
course,
guys.
of course.
I ain't signing no T-shirts or nothing. I mean, come on.
That's one thing that I
You're a humble person.
try to pray that I don't get too big in my own shoes.
Yeah, so you'll still. There's a lot of individuals that they've gone on to big things, and they do that. You think don't talk to me no more. But
You catch even guys that not even left the city.
Yeah,
you can't even talk to them. They're playing around the local taverns, and they really think they're gonna hit it.
Yeah,
I've been told that I have a big head, but I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I don't know why they're saying that because we haven't even given you an opportunity to get a big head. We're keeping you too busy.
Keeping you humble, huh?
We're keeping you humble.
Yeah,
Jesse. We like you. Now, this is the thing, Greg. Look at the young individual that we have with us here.
See, that's dynamite because
dynamite.
we're raising a whole new generation of music producers, DJs.
And engineers and my executive producer, both of them coming in here and giving me the ones, the twos, and telling me what's up. Engineering department is critical in this kind of a field because the the technology behind this is real touchy, and so everything has to be on point. It has to work flawless, and we keep the server in the back room working, so everything has to be flawless. When you go out to do your gigs, you have to have some good equipment.
Oh yeah.
What's some of the guitars that you roll with? And you probably got them with your life.
I'm like,
I want to be
like,
what do you got?
When I asked George, I said, how many guitars you got? He said, you got 40 guitars.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm like, so where do you put 40 guitars? I guess in his mansion. So he's got to have a mansion for 40 guitars. I have about 8 guitars right now. My pride and joy is a Gibson that I have a 175. And it's very unique kind of instrument.
Was it owned by anybody else?
Actually, I don't think so. But it was the way that it was made. It had to be because I actually stumbled on it in a pawn shop.
Now check this out, Greg, and I've always known this. We used to lease out a lot of the big grand pianos to big name artists, and a couple of the pianos we used to get in there were older 1935 Steinways. They used to scare me because I'd get on it, I'd play the piano, and all of a sudden I knew how to play really well. And I thought, oh my gosh, I put my hands away, wait a minute, I think this instrument has a spirit. Do you ever feel like your instruments, because when you get on them, you can just feel the vibe coming right
Yeah,
in?
do you feel that George Benson or that Bobby Womack come out of you?
I mean, when I do have the Gibson that I have, one thing about it, it's like jumping in from, if you have another guitar, like jumping into a Volkswagen to a Porsche.
Oh, Lord.
So you can feel the quality of the instrument, and that's what I feel when I'm on the Gibson. But one of the funniest things, I went into a music store, and they had it in a glass case, the same exact guitar that I have.
Lord.
And I asked them, I said, hey, can I play this? They said, well, no, it's kind of expensive, and we don't want you to touch it.
That's always the case.
So I went home and came back with the same guitar. And I said, can I play this one? So that was my experience on that. And I went out recently and got an Ibanez, a 175 to kind of toy with. It's more of my traveling guitar. And
Now you have to be careful with your.
Yeah, there's no jumping down to say your prayers and smashing these,
no,
right?
I learned that one time, but it's kind of a good thing. It kept me on my knees, and I've been on my knees since.
Now, you play a lot of the, like Cash Bar, you play Cleats. There's a lot of special events you play.
Mhm.
Do you ever find that some people, you're just blowing them so much that they almost stumble and fall into your beautiful instrument? Do you have to like almost pull away and just kind of jump back and say, whoa?
There's been a few weird
Yeah,
experiences.
so you
Some
almost
weird
bust
and
up
some
your
good.
instrument. Yeah.
Yes. It's been an experience one time where a couple, they came to see me and they said, we didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know if our marriage was going to break up. And we don't know if we were going to make it. And they said, after we sing you, we thank you. And we're together. And I seen that couple recently. This has been a few years ago, and they're still together.
Wow.
You know.
When you write your music, what inspires you to write your music? Is it the way the season is? Is it what you feel? What is it that compels you to put together such beautiful jazz music? I mean, I've listened to your album over and over again in the morning. You probably don't know that, see? It's like,
Okay, that's
and
good.
I've been around the music business a long time, but here I am. Oh man, this Great Goodloe's got the stuff. I was going to say something else, but I thought I better watch my potty mouth.
Yeah.
I'm being watched
Yeah,
by
we're
somebody
on
in the
air.
studio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somebody in the studio is watching my potty mouth, so I can make sure and be careful of that. So,
That's good.
what
Keep it
compels
in
you?
check.
Yeah, what compels you to write this beautiful music? that you
Uh,
write?
it's a lot of things. Life experience itself, whatever I'm going through, or even some of the things that I've been through. And like you said, strangely, sometimes it could be just the season of how I'm feeling, the weather. I could see the autumn. I have a song in my first CD called One Autumn, and I wrote it during the autumn. And actually, I had my mother's sister had passed away during that time. So
So, was it more or less a tribute that
it
you
was,
were writing?
it's actually a tribute to her. Some of my songs, I have a YouTube video out called La Joyce, and everybody thinks that La Joyce is one of the models that's there in the video, but actually it was my cousin who passed away
Oh,
from she had pancreatic cancer,
Mhm.
and she passed away so suddenly. She was always quiet, and she would probably have freaked out knowing that I had wrote a song in her name because she just likes to be way under the radar.
now you have some really good music that is joyful, beautiful. Do you ever get asked to go play at some of the funerals or the wakes and all those different things?
Actually, I do, and it's a different experience because I want to make sure I'm mentally and spiritually prepared to play that type of music because, like I said, it's not always about you. It's always about what I believe, how you touch the audience, how you deliver, and what one note and what one sound could do to help somebody or to change a life.
And I spoke on the phone to Cheryl Renee. I'm sure you know
Yeah.
Cheryl. She called me this morning. I thought she was still in town. I can't keep up with the Facebook and that fast. I try, but she already went. She went back to her own, and she says, it's what she does, and just exactly like what you said is connecting with your audience. She goes,
Yeah.
once you connect with your audience and make them feel so good, they love you because you're really putting your heart and your soul into the music. Can we have you pick one other song and go over that one so we can talk about it?
Can I give a song to the the married couple who just got married?
Oh,
Give
absolutely.
them a dedicate. Let's do Violet Blue.
Alrighty, Violet Blue goes out to the newly married couple. Who is it, Henry? Is that your niece or your?
Yeah, that's actually my nephew, Lance Johannesson, and God, I can't remember the gal's name, but I mean, this goes out
But they're
to
married now.
They're married. Mr. and Mrs. Johannesson, this is a
Oh.
shout out to you. And this goes out
With me forever.
to both of you out there in Arizona. So a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Johannesson. You're listening. This is to you.
This one's for you. With Me Forever by Mr. Greg Goodloe.
It's
Huh?
Amy and Lance.
Amy and Lance. Oh, it hit you now.
We'd like to welcome you back to KUHS TV. I just got my face red-faced right now because I was trying to remember. This goes out to Amy and Lance Johannesson. I remembered right off the cue because everybody's having a good time laughing at me. So, what do you think? This is this new stream on Ustream. We're having a good time with Greg Goodloe. And DJ Jesse has just been driving this machine, and I'm glad he's driving because, man, I was hanging unglued. I was already coming unglued trying to remember Amy's name. I'll say your name over and over again, Amy. Amy and Lance Johansson, congratulations to your very, very special day.
Oh,
Commercial. I got that in right.
Well, this song actually, I was playing at Cleats, and this guy ran up and he said, "Man, I bought that CD, and that song, I'm gonna get you to play it, or we're gonna play it at my wedding." And he was getting ready to get married, and he wanted me to play a little bit of it there.
Wow.
So this kind of reminded me for a married couple.
yeah,
And he said,
absolutely. With me forever.
And one thing I know, there are a lot of the radio stations just listening. They've got to listen to us because they know we're online and stuff. They're trying to see what we're doing now, and so it won't be long. And I guarantee you, within the next month or so, you're going to see other setups like this trying to pop up, or other people trying to bigger radio
Do the same
stations
thing,
do the same thing,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to do the breakout for everybody.
Well, I think it's going to set you guys apart anyway because of the focus that you have.
Yeah.
The focus that you're Colorado musicians.
That's right.
And you're giving them a chance to have an opportunity, man, to express the dream that, they could have had for years, many years, and they're not getting a break.
Well, like Larry Dunn, if you remember what he said about the slave thing,
Right.
Yeah,
Prince got tired of it too. He went that way too.
Independent, and I think
Santana, did you know that Santana does this? He controls those.
Well, who did they learn all that from?
Yeah.
They learned it from our younger generation.
That's what I was saying. You know?
Because the
It took Larry
rappers-
Dunn 7 years to get all that settled and on his new album. He set it up.
Yeah, you got the Jay-Z's and Cash Money Millionaire.
Mhm.
Those guys that started off basically on their own,
Mhm.
and then they ended up making millions of dollars and end up selling their companies to the bigger record
Yeah.
distributors.
And that's what they're doing. Now we've got, but it's all going to digital. See, because the wax and all that is kind of diminished, and so now everything is, private reign, and you got to keep that on board. Is it time?
No, we're good. I just wanted to hear this.
Who does the vocals on this?
Yeah, that's me. That's one of my vocal tunes. Yeah. And
Where do you do your cuts at?
I got my own little private studio, and I'm in there right now making my next CD. And it's going contrary against all of this. I'm kind of doing like the Nate Dogg, the music in the background.
The G-Funk
Yeah,
up.
the G-Funk.
Yeah, gangsta funk.
Yeah, that West Coast. I love
Yeah.
that West Coast, the music.
Because he's got that funk twang in it,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
got
good.
a different hit,
Mhm.
than the East Coast.
Now, Ray of the other DJ, he was asking me, how come, and he was saying the mixes. You have your mix. Have you ever thought of putting some good, nice rap behind your mix of the jazz?
Yeah. I have on my first CD, I have a song called "It's a Funky Thing," and I'm rapping on it.
Yeah, see that, he said a lot more of that would really fly. And, I believe in New York City, they eat on all that stuff, especially because, we're getting listeners from the Bronx and those areas. But then we've been trying to bite somewhere in there, and you just need a little nibble in New York City.
Yeah.
Just a nibble, and man, it's like
It'll blow.
it
'Cause
blows up.
the New York musicians, to me, they're like, you have to show me something. They're very intellectual. If you could show me something different or improve me,
Mhm.
and then I'll listen to it.
Mhm.
Whereas California, they're like, your chops got to be up. Your rap has got to be, in order to even hang with us.
Yeah.
The musicianship, you got to be able to play if you're going to play with us.
I see Denver. I've noticed there a lot of these groups. Dot Zero. They've got just their jazz stuff. But here, that's Dot Zero. Everybody likes them. They go out to Florida and stuff, and there's the big sellers. They go up to New York, big sellers. Their jazz is big, and they're a good breakout. They've
Yeah.
done well.
All right, we go 22nd.
22nd.
Which is a great group.
Okay, we're
Look at
gonna
the
close it out.
guys and solo in there.
We're gonna close it out.
Okay.
We'd like to thank everybody for being here with the Greg Goodloe Show. It's been a pleasure. My name's Henry Archuleta with Archuleta Promotions. 40 years in the business. Been enjoying this fun time with all these fabulous artists I'm bringing in here. It's like I feel humbled just to be sitting right next to Greg Goodloe, and I feel humbled just to be sitting right next to the man,
I feel humbled
DJ
myself.
Jesse.
Henry.
Yeah, you've
You
been
know.
driving this machine like nobody's tomorrow. Greg, one last thing. Say something about what your future is going to bring to us, what you intend to do for the
Where
Denver
can we
area.
go see Greg Goodloe at?
Oh, you can see me at up close and personal at Jazz at Jack's, one of the fine establishments here in Colorado that hosts smooth jazz and also funk and alternative music. You can catch me at Cleats. I'll be there on the 20 something.
See, now, me missing Amy's,
21st.
when I missed Amy's,
I don't even know where I'm going to be at, you know? I'm just everywhere. And I was able to play with a few artists. And I thank Jess for having me here. I thank Henry for doing his thing, man. 40 years. I'm impressed, and I want to wish you guys the best and many blessings. And I pray that this endeavor that you are endeavoring blows up really big, and you guys really get a good thing going.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. You know, you're going to be part of history and establishing what is to come. So we thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, Greg, you probably don't know that you're part of we talked to Rocky Duarte. He said the same thing.
Okay.
Once the domino effect starts,
Yeah.
then you're part of it. You're part of history here because we intend to get much more exotic equipment for our radio TV shows, and it's going to be a lot of good times here. So with that being said, DJ Jesse, I thank you for doing such a fabulous show. You've just come in here, you throw down all the old school jams, you take it into Jamaica, and that was so interesting, and then you took us into Greg Goodloe. DJ Jesse, you keep flowing into all you haters. This is a shout out to you haters. You know what?
We gotta even love
Yeah.
it. We love you.
we
haters.
love the
Let me tell you,
haters, too.
we need some more haters because I think the haters are starting to love us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? It's the haters that keep me motivated.
There
Yeah,
you go. Same here.
So this is a big shout out to you. And to everybody who's listening, I hope you had a good time. Make sure to listen to next week. We have a fabulous show on Music Alive. Jesse, guess who we got coming on next week?
Who do we got, Henry? Let me know.
Sue Charles.
We got
Such.
Such coming in.
Oh
All
my
right.
God, a heavyweight like Greg Goodloe. I don't know how we're picking up these heavyweights.
Another
man.
great. That's another great. Right
And,
there.
we're just loving having them sitting in here with us. There's pictures being taken, and our stream is going to go off right about now. So if you're on our stream, KUHS TV, goodbye.